YouTube! Today I wanted to show you a quick little build here that I made using only base game and island living items. It is a beach here on Sulani, and I made it into kind of like a little tiki bar. I really enjoyed how it ended up looking, and it kind of makes for a really cozy sort of atmosphere that I don't know, I had a lot of fun kind of figuring out what I wanted out of this little pack. The one thing I did kind of struggle with actually was just finding enough clutter that was island themed. And in retrospect, I probably could have just looked a little bit more in the beach styles, or the, oh, what is it called? Just the island or boho kind of styles. But I decided to go kind of through the island living pack, just step by step there, and pick out just a bunch of things that I kind of wanted. Here is where I'm creating sort of like a little covered area for seating. I wanted to definitely make sure I had the sort of grass roof, as well as a nice kind of funky and fun support beam system. I did have to kind of play around with it a little bit in order to get the beams exactly the way I wanted them. Sometimes it's just a little frustrating because it wants to automatically clip to one place or another, but it wasn't too bad. I made this what I would like to think of as a Polynesian style roof, and then I checked in here really quick just to make sure that the trees I wanted to put in weren't gonna block the gallery view, because that is like the one thing I always get really sad about, is I make this beautiful build and then when I go to put it on the gallery, it like, you can't see anything because I put trees there. But managed to go ahead and throw in a bunch of foliage, a bunch of little trees and flowers and whatnot without having that problem for once. The beach has a few requirements, including quote-unquote water vehicles, some loungers of one sort or another, things like that. So I wanted to go ahead and kind of knock out those requirements really quickly. The other one, of course, being a bathroom. So I actually end up moving those towels here in a moment when I try to fit in the actual outdoor bathrooms kind of area. I do really like how those little tables turned out. I think it's super cute. And then it's not a tiki bar without little tikis and little torches. Like I said, it was just, I had just a blast building this, and I really like the way it kind of glows on the water at night. So here is where I try to put in this bathroom, and I just kind of have to do a little adjusting here. It took me a second to try to get things exactly the angle I wanted. I actually had that problem a couple times in this build, but it's okay. It's an easy fix. It just takes a little bit of patience, but the good news is I have everything fast forwarded on these speed builds, so you don't have to sit and watch me just struggle for like 10-15 seconds at a time. So here's where I was having a little bit of trouble. I really wanted to go like all in on the sort of tiki vibe, but I wasn't finding a whole lot of like tiki items, but I threw in as much as I could. I had a lot of fun, especially these little fish. I think that's so cute. I absolutely love the little hanging fish. I tried to put on some posters, but I didn't like the way they clipped up against the support beams there. So in the end, I just was like, I prefer the columns over the posters. I'll just forget about it. And instead, I put these really cute sheer curtains. And I think it encloses the space just enough, but because you can still see through them, it looks really nice, and it doesn't like completely make it solid squared off from everything. You get a little peek of the kind of like beachy jungle vibe there. I wanted to add more to the sides, but I was just kind of having a hard time. And here is where you can see I literally just go into the show all menu here, and I just kind of like start grabbing things. I find spaces for stuff. I do really like how these little shelves look over here in the outdoor seating area. I do wish that we had a little bit more clutter I could have put on there, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. And then I threw a few of those in. I made my little shack sign there with the surfboard sign, and then I added I think I ended up with 4 of these, but I wanted to make sure that you didn't see the like support beam like smack dab in the middle of the glass. So it's kind of a wonky shape, but I don't know, I think it's kind of cute. And then I threw a couple flags off the side there. I add this right above the bathroom, and then I don't think I go with that pergola. No, I go with this pergola instead. I really enjoyed this one. And it kind of matches the same vibe of the kind of sheer curtains that the seating area has. I sized down some of these boxes and just threw some potted plants around. I don't know, I just kind of like the vibe of the potted plants, especially after the giant house tour that I actually uploaded onto YouTube yesterday. I've been really liking mixing and matching the actual outdoor plant life with the plant life that is meant to be more like inside. It's just, I don't know, I find it very cute. So I throw a couple more tikis around. I start trying to, oh yeah, see, here is where I was having a hard time getting it at the right angle. I add some of these balloons, the little fishy balloons. I really wanted to add this really cool divider, but I couldn't think of a practical and pretty place to put it, so unfortunately I did skip that one, which I am actually quite sad about. I would have really enjoyed having it. I also would have liked to have one of those big tables, but I just, again, I couldn't find the room. At first I thought I could put that little speaker on the flag, but then I thought that's a little unimmersive. So I just threw it on the roof up there, and then I went through and just kind of layered in a couple cute little plants in their little pots all over the outdoor area here. Really, again, just like, I don't know, it just gives it a little bit more like a lived-in look to me. It maybe not so practical to have potted plants on the beach there next to the water, but hey, you know what? If it looks nice, that's all that I really care about. I threw some stepping stones kind of like around the gardeny area for a little bit more texture. And then I threw some crates down and then kept searching, like I really wanted some more little clutter and just was not finding anything that particularly caught my eye. Other than a little bit more crates, but you know, there's only so much you could do. I did go ahead, however, and add some of these kind of neon tiki-esque lights. I really like how those turned out, and then I have, I end up with one on the side over there, as well as that little chalkboard menu. And then, yeah, so here's the one I put on the side, and then I end up putting, I think, another tiki, I want to say, on the side here, yeah. And just meant I had to kind of readjust some things. And Little Simsy was posting things to the gallery as I was building this. So I put one fan. I was going to put more, but then I thought that would probably like wreck the little candles in there. And then I put down some rugs. I sized up this little fish thing that you get from the fishing career. And then I thought I would go a little bit crazy and throw some fountains off the side. I don't know, I thought a little bit of a water feature into the actual ocean was just, you know, kind of cute. I added a little gnome because I've been loving adding little gnomes recently, and then I found one particular picture of a reef and just threw it on the side of the bathroom there because I couldn't think of a better spot for it and I just wanted it. Alright, so let's take a look, now that we have everything, at what it looks like when your Sims are actually on the beach. I do really like how those little fish ended up turning out, the little spinning fish. The glow from the tikis is just mwah, chef's kiss. And then here is a lovely little view of the bar area with all the Sims swimming in the ocean. all around it. I threw one of the Sulani families on the beach here just to kind of hang out, relax. I had the kid take a nap out on the ocean. Would not recommend doing that in real life. Seems a little bit dangerous. And then they hung out at the bar. I made sure all of that was accessible. There's enough space for you to build some sand castles. Oh, so cute. Or sand gnomes. I just feel like this is a really cozy vibe. It's a really small beach, but there is just enough space to really enjoy yourself. Speaking of, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.